Good morning, people. There is such a glare in my glasses, man. I don't know how to get rid of it. And let you guys see me too. It's not really that important to see me, I guess. Um, just wish you a good morning, a good day, a wonderful day. I was going to say good morning, sunshine, but it's raining outside, so we'll have to make our sunshine inside. Or get an umbrella, but I don't think there's any sun out there with that rain. And I woke up in the middle of the night and it was raining. So it's been raining for a while. I'm not sure what the weather's going to say about that. I'm not going to worry about it. Be grateful for another day. Be grateful to be with family and to be in a nice house, nice circumstances. Because so many have it so bad. I can't even imagine living outside in the weather. I don't want to. I feel bad for all those guys out there doing that. I don't know how they're doing that. We do need to figure out something, people. And we have so many people. There's got to be a way for them to have shelter over their head. And really, even if you're in a shelter, I mean, I haven't been in one, but if you're in a shelter and you've got a roof and you've got walls, even if there's a lot of people, it's better than being out on the street in the rain and in the wind. And then, shortly cometh snow, hail. Actually, hail can come in July, because it did. In Colorado it did, but that hail comes when there's warm and cold mixing together, just like tornadoes. You got wind coming from one direction, wind coming from another direction. You got different heat levels up there, and it causes all kinds of problems. I'm just glad I'm not out in it. Count your blessings. Remember when I say count your blessings? You have to reach out of the box and go see what other people are going through and be so grateful that you are not one of them. And I know some of you people are one of them. Anyway, and yeah, the cat says hi. I'm going to go ahead and read to you out of Matthew. I'm going to try to get all of the book of Matthew done really quick so I can go back to my Book of Mormon. And Linda, I will say to you, I was teaching you the Book of Mormon. Anytime that I am reading out of the Book of Mormon to you, I'm teaching you. Now, yes, I need to explain things, but I try to do that too. I was just disappointed when you wanted the Bible. Now, here's the deal. I do believe in the Bible as far as it is translated correctly. Okay? And the New Testament seems to be a lot easier to me. I mean, I still have a struggle reading it. And that's going to be the same for everybody who's reading it for the first time. You know, you have to put it together. You have to read it more than once. You read it and you read it and you read it and you learn more. Oh, light bulb goes off. I'm. You tell me, what do you mean by teaching you the Book of Mormon? Okay, because I'm here to do that. But the most thing I'm here to do is to introduce it to you. I want you guys to know about the Book of Mormon and what is it and why should you read it? What does it matter? Well, it matters because there are covenants in there. There are ordinances in there. There is information that lets you know, hey, there's life after death, and there we're going to go be with our Father in heaven. I read one part out of Ether. I read all of Ether. And that told us that Jesus Christ was the God of the Old Testament. That told us that Jesus Christ looked the same in spirit form as a grown-up man, as God. He looked the same as he did when he was here. When he came and got his body and grew up from a baby up until his ministry started at 30, ended at 33. He finished his 33rd year. But all those things I found out of the Book of Mormon. So you can be teaching yourself by reading it. And then if you have questions, please ask. I will be more than happy to try. Because I'm not saying I know everything. I just know a lot more than the average bear. Okay? The average person, the average member of the church even. And I said the average. Okay? I'm above the average. There's a lot to learn, and I'll be so glad to teach it. And then I didn't see that. The church has a manual. We get different manuals every year. We teach. I keep including me, but anyway, they teach the Old Testament, the New Testament, the Book of Mormon, church history, Doctrine and Covenants, Pearl of Great Price. And I was going through books yesterday, I think it was yesterday, because I've got to pack up and go through and purge and all this stuff. And I'm going to go be with my daughter in Pennsylvania, my daughter and my grandkids. And I'm flying there Christmas Day, I had to think. But anyway, Christmas Day at midnight, I'll be there. I mean, it's supposed to land at 11:20, but then you got to get off the plane, get your luggage, all that stuff. So it'll be midnight before I see anybody that is in my family, I should say. And they will have already celebrated Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, and all other types of things that I'll miss out on. But it's okay, because I'll be there. And the most important thing is to be with your family, right? As long as they love you and you love them. You guys need to foster those relationships, you people who have children at home and grandchildren at home. Anyway, I think I'm getting a little bit ill from my hot chocolate. It's not my regular regimen, you know. I went downstairs and I'm not real good at making coffee. I tried to make coffee the other day. It just didn't turn out real great. So, and we don't have any creamer in the house, so therefore, you know, there's no sense in having the coffee. So I took a cup of those little cups that you can put a Keurig, but you can also, she's got a coffee pot down there that you can put it in and squish it down and it'll make you a cup. And so I made a cup of hot chocolate. It's the dark hot chocolate, which is supposed to be good at fighting cancer. I don't have all my stats on that, but I read that. When you're looking at the chocolate, there's chocolate that's good for fighting cancer. And you want to look at the ingredients in your hot chocolate, okay? And it is, you want the one that's got the most cacao. You want the real stuff is the point, okay? Cacao, how do they spell that? C-A-C-A-O? I don't know. But anyway, it's tending to make me feel not really very good. My head wants to hurt now. But what I'm going to do is read to you out of Matthew, because you chimed in. Samuel wanted Bible scriptures, and then you chimed in and said that's what you wanted too. So, in my response to that, I'm reading the New Testament a little bit because I'm not gonna stay and read the whole thing. The whole idea is if you guys can listen to me on here, then you can put, I hate that glare. You can put you can put the gospel library on your device, and it has all of the scriptures, okay? So you can read the scriptures, and you can also have it read to you, okay? You don't have to be the one reading it. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with this channel. I'm not sure what's going to happen in my future. My future might get real busy, and if so, I'm sure this channel is going to be lacking me. But whatever's on here will be there, and you guys can listen. I do think when I'm reading the Book of Mormon, I can give you good commentary on it because I know it pretty good. I don't know it all. Never claim to know it all, but I do act like I do. I know a lot. You know, my dad took me out on I worked for my dad in the propane business, okay? Him and my uncle and my mother bought a propane company. And my dad had worked in propane all his life. You know, since he got married. Shortly after he got married, he started working for the propane company. And then he moved around working for a lot of different propane companies. That's why I moved around so much. My parents did. And then I went to work for him. I moved to Perryton, Texas. Oh, I had already finished my schooling to be an executive secretary. And my daughter was 15 when we moved there. But anyway, here's the point. He took me out and showed me some stuff out on the propane lot where the tanks were and the scales were and where you fill up tanks, and just wandered around outside and told me a lot of different things. And then he said, now, you are the expert. And what he said was, when people come in here, they don't know anything about propane. They don't know anything about all this stuff. He said, and you do. Even if I only told you a little bit here and there, you are the expert because you know more than them, okay? So, with the Book of Mormon, I know a lot. I mean, I was raised in the church, and then I still studied the scriptures. And that when we study the scriptures, we don't just study the Book of Mormon, okay? But the Book of Mormon is a big part of it. There's a lot of stuff that's missing out of the Bible that you'll find in the Book of Mormon. And you'll know it's true. You'll know it when you read it. So don't be afraid. But the point is, I'm giving you guys inspiration, information. Hopefully, you will do what I said. Get that gospel library put on your device. It's a free app. And then you can read or have it read to you to your heart's content. And the thing is, I mean, my dad read scriptures every day. More than once a day. But I can understand that because the more you read it, the more you understand it. And the closer you are to God. So you want to do that every day. Maybe for your own protection, you know. Because Satan's real and he's everywhere. Because he's not one person. Satan took 1/3 of the host of heaven with him. They didn't get to come down here and get a body. So they're spirits. And they're messing with you. That's their job. They're messing with us. And we have to make choices. We have to make decisions. And sometimes those choices are not easy. Especially if it's something you really want. And maybe you shouldn't have it. And now I am perspiring. I get hot flashes, and then when I drink hot stuff like this hot chocolate, that doesn't help. um, that might be a little bit of advice. I shouldn't have drank that. I've only had a little bit of it, but boy, I am hot. Okay, I have a fan back here behind me. I'm going to go turn it on because I have to. I've got, like Jesus, how did they put it? I'll just say he bled from every pore. But my sweat from every pore is like unto it. It's just not red. It's not my blood, but it is my liquid. I'm a silly girl. Okay, I'm going to go turn my fan on because I can't stand it. I'll be right back. I see you, kitty. You're so cute. This kitty is over here with his head on my little pillow. All right, I'll just put that on medium. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what's that all about? I don't know what that was about. Somewhat I do. Someone like Linda, do you know what your email is? Okay, that's Linda talking. Linda tried to email me, but I don't know what she's doing wrong. I cannot put my phone number on here. Okay. But I will correspond by email. And I've told you guys my email before, but I need to go back and try to figure out how to do my introduction stuff so I can put my email there. Lou's Brew. I haven't got a name for it yet, but it is magical. And I called it Magical Healing Ointment at one time. And that ointment is with coconut oil. So you can spread it on your skin and it melts, and it does. It just goes right in. And the reason it goes right in is because I emulsified it. I emulsified this oil with sunflower lecithin. And by doing that, it made it water soluble. I had read about that, and I'm going, what do they mean? Water soluble. Well, I figured it out. It will get into your bloodstream. Okay? It's not oil anymore. It's something else. And it blends with water. Oil doesn't blend with water, but if you emulsify it, it will. And so that's the important thing about my ointment, because you can just spread it. And I've got it in my lotion too. I showed it to you guys the other day, my body cream. So wherever you put it, give it a little bit of time and it'll get into your bloodstream. And then it can help fight cancer. The oil particles fight cancer. I mean, there are people using Rick Simpson oil to fight cancer, but they're eating it and it's going through their system, their digestive system, so they lose about 80% of the medicine. And I can't take it that way because I don't have a gallbladder, and of course I did take it with, I put it in a capsule, and the capsules, I think it just made it solid. They didn't dissolve. And I found that out because I ended up throwing them up later on. I mean, after quite a while, I got sick and I threw all that stuff up. And they were capsules from a long time that I was taking. So I found out for myself that that oil is not getting in me. Now, I don't have a gallbladder, so I don't have a lot of acids that do the digesting of your food. So I don't even know that it would get through me, but I did read that the particles are too big. The makeup of this oil is too big to get through that tube into your liver and then into your bloodstream everywhere else, you know. Maybe it can get in your bloodstream from your stomach. But I wouldn't suggest that. I think my stuff is the best way to go. I really do. Or smoking it like Joe does. And like I might. It's just such a pain in the butt, you know. But maybe if I had it all set up and just didn't put it away and it would be easier. But my concoction is just the best way to go. It's the way I see it. And I know you can't see my eyes for all that glare. So, emulsifying with sunflower lecithin means mixing the two oils together, meaning fractionated coconut oil. You can buy that on, you can buy it from Amazon. I don't know if you can just get it. But if you go and you find coconut oil and it's liquid, it'll tell you on there. Solid coconut oil is what I use in the last process. The first process is my Rick Simpson oil, sunflower lecithin, and fractionated coconut oil. And you stir that together at a certain temperature for a while, 15, 20, 30 minutes, I don't know. But it makes the two oils join as one compound, joins together. And so then you can take that, I call it liquid gold, you can take that oil, and it's a liquid. It's almost like water, okay? You can take that and put it into your face cream, your hand cream, your body cream, anything that's going to go on your body anywhere, it will get into your bloodstream. However, you don't want to put too much on at one time because it does make you warm. I guess if you were in a cold area, you might want to do that so you can be warm. But it's warming up your bloodstream. You might not want to do it as much as I did, because I did do that. Linda's writing a note. Anyway, I was telling you guys about that the other day, how when I was making it, every time I pulled my spatula out, it would, smacker. Anyway, it would solidify on my spatula. So then I just got to where I was rubbing it on my arms. I was making that medicine for me. I wasn't making it to share with everybody. And I did. I felt my blood rushing through my body. It was crazy. And then I rubbed my body cream on my legs. And I did get a little warm. So I don't suggest you do that massive amount of body cream. Besides that, it's wasting it. You just want to, I put it back here. I put it on the back of this hand, and then I put it right here where these veins are. And that does it. That does the trick. Gets through all in your bloodstream. And you can put it on one hand and one wrist, and it'll show up. I mean, the veins pop up to the top of your skin. You can just look at your hand, and you don't really see the blue lines and stuff. Sometimes you do, but I can put it on one hand, and it'll make the veins pop up on the other. So it's going all over the place. Okay, if you don't need to OD. And it's not getting you high that way. It just gets you warm and it gets in your bloodstream. But I did an experiment where I put it inside me and had sex. And I did get high. I got crazy high. And I didn't do it for that purpose. I did it for The reason I put it down there is because I was just too brittle. Can't have good sex if you're brittle, because it hurts. Okay? So what I put in me, I found out it seeped into my tissues and it made them soft. And then the marijuana part that was in there made my blood flow. And then you have sex, like intercourse. We'll say intercourse, okay? You have intercourse. Well, by the time that was done, that was pumping that through my blood system, okay? And I was high. It was crazy. And that just meant to me that I had my THC, which fights cancer, okay? This is a proven fact, really. Rick Simpson was making it many years ago, and he went around, he made it for himself. He had skin cancer. He had some type of a cancer, but I'm pretty sure it was skin cancer. And a lot of people that he knew did too. So he was going around sharing it with them. He just put it on their face wherever they had a problem. It wasn't just their face, wherever. But it cured it. So if it can do that, if I can find a way to get it into my body better than just trying to eat that oil, hallelujah. I'm serious. So I have some. I will take donations for. And I have the ability to teach you how to make it. And I have the ability to make some more. I just need to get to my equipment. My equipment's in Colorado. I mean, I bought a lot of different things. There's a magical butter machine. And actually I have 3 of them. And there's, because somebody we knew was selling some stuff, so we bought it from him. And the magnetic stirrer for making my stuff, that's important, okay? You can look that up on Amazon. Just put in magnetic stirrer and see what comes up. And then there's, I have to think. We got a distiller, but I wouldn't use that. I really wouldn't use that. It was for being able to recoup the alcohol, because you use alcohol to get the medicine out of the marijuana. And then if it's in a distiller, it's all going through, and then the alcohol's coming down it drips down, and we get most of the alcohol back. But then you can't stir your stuff, and you can't see what's going on, and it might burn. I didn't like it. I really didn't like. I figured we were trying to save the alcohol, but I finally said, you know what? Losing the alcohol is the price we're going to pay for getting good medicine, and that's fine with me. I mean, really, instead of having some of it get ruined, because it did. Okay. So, I'm sorry, I got carried away on a little deal, but I am the expert compared to so many. But that wasn't even the point. And I was going to read to you guys, and I'm already at 30 minutes, so maybe I should not read, because I haven't even done the synopsis. And I'll shut this down and start a different one where I just read that. I don't want to be talking about sex on a video that's got the scriptures. I might need to just change that. Don't need to hurt anybody, right? But the more of you people that know about that, the better. Everybody, I think everybody has got someone that has cancer. And it couldn't hurt to have this information. I mean, really, the things they're doing to us, I'm not sure I need to read that stuff that woman gave me. She gave me the insert. You know, when you get the medicine out of the box, there's all this information in there. So she pulled that out of the garbage and gave that to me because she'd already thrown it away. She was telling me I might not want to be doing what I'm doing, and that some of the long-term side effects could be kidney failure. Well, I don't want that. So you try to kill cancer, but you give yourself something else, or you kill yourself with it. This is not supposed to be chemo, but yet they do wear, some of them will put on a plastic gown to protect them so that none of it gets on them. Well, what does that tell you? I asked him, why are you wearing that gown? And then I was told, well, maybe they were pregnant because they don't want to have it get through your bloodstream if you're pregnant. So, I wish that hot chocolate didn't make me sick. I have been drinking coffee, but we don't have creamer, so. And I tried it with just the milk and the sugar substitute. Just didn't taste good. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to shut this down. Nancy just invited me for eggs and ham. The church stopped by last night. When I say the church, people from her ward. They had a Christmas program last night the children put on, and then they had dinner and all that stuff, and we didn't go. And so what did they do? They came knocking at the door. Big old thing of ham. Big old thing of potatoes. I think that's just wonderful. The church is wonderful. All right, so I'm going to go partake of that wonderful food. And my intention was to read to you out of Matthew, but, you know, that kind of got waylaid. So I'll be back to do that. You guys have a great, wonderful day. And I'm fixing to be at my numbers, so maybe I should stop right then.